Today is a TV interview about how can tantric massage be useful for women who would like to get pregnant and have problem with this. My name is Anjoka. I work as a sexual therapist and very happy that I can interview today Silja Rehfeld. Hello Silja.
Hello.
Can you tell a few words about your profession, about your passion for the work with tantric massage?
Actually started my work as being a midwife, which I actually be for 17 years now. And that of course includes a lot of body work and a lot of understanding of energy works, and especially working with sexual energy during deliveries, during conceptions, and other processes that happens in the body. Yeah, so my passion grew with every delivery, and now I'm also working as a dakini, or as we say at the university, it's a psychosexual somatic work. So as a therapist, and I also give tantric massage and body deamoring sessions, external and internal. And it's just an amazing work. I mean, my heart just opens and blossoms every time. How much you can open up a person, how much you can bring things back into flow, and how somebody can go into a total transformation through such work.
Great. I'm very happy that we have today this interview with you. I have some question for you about this issue, pregnancy and women who would like to get pregnancy and can't. How often do women ask you for support because they have problem to get pregnant?
It's really interesting. First, they have to realize that there's something that they can't achieve. And then, of course, they usually always go the classical medicine ways. They get all kinds of checkups and, blood samples, ultrasounds, all kinds of things. And I would say in like at least 70%,
Wow.
there is no problem with it. So
70%.
The ones who don't accept that there are other issues they have to take care of, they do this for a long while. They ruin their relationships, they do all kinds of things with their body, and go through a lot of processes which are really more traumatic, I think, than anything else. And but some women are smart enough to really drop everything and start listening to their body and really try to figure out, okay, what is my body telling me? What do I need to understand? And there's so many issues. Is it the right person to have a child with? Is it, why do I want a child? Is it for me? Is it because of expectations of others? Do I have to prove something to the world or to myself? Or do I try to bound my partner on me because we're having a child? Or do I have any traumatic experience? Do I really want a child? Or is there something that actually holds me back? And then there can be, of course, a lot of energetical blockings in the body that there's actually no flow and no possibility for this magic that should happen between a man and a woman. I mean, it's not just the semen and the egg. There's also a little bit of stardust you need to unite, and to really see if that is happening. And and Tantra massage would be one possibility to start to get to know your body again, to really trust and surrender in letting go, which I think it's a big issue in our society, control and letting go, and also to learn how to really go into relaxation. A lot of us women these days have so many things on their list and so many things we have to be and we have to do that a lot of times we never learn how to relax. And that's a big issue, I would say.
It would be my next question. I just wanted to ask you, when you know that the woman has problems and you know how you can support, I would like to ask you, what kind of support do you give in this case? Do you speak with a woman? Do you invite to get the tantric massage, or do you do something else? What do you do?
There's also different possibilities, and I also always try to figure out, okay, with what kind of person do I work with? Which background does she have, and where does she comes from? And try to look a little bit at her beliefs and her conditioning and the patterns she lives after. And then, of course, you can give the therapeutic work many words and many titles. So for some women, it's really important to not stop talking because they're talking all day. And they try to analyze everything they do in their mind. So for them, it's really good just to get a bodywork session offered and just go for the experience and then talk after. And for some women, it's important, of course, to have a little talk, to feel safe with you, to get to know you a little bit and maybe get an idea of what will happen, of course. And yeah, some women need longer times and it's a more therapeutic session to ask them questions, because I always tell them, I mean, I'm not a magician, but I can offer them all my tools and my knowledge and everything else to make it happen for them. And of course, it's painful sometimes to realize things that you don't want to see. And the body work is usually for these women very, very, very touching. They have never been touched like that before. And it's very, very touching to see how they realize things just with getting conscious touch and attention and space. The body work, I mean, tantra massage, deamoring. There's also many works you can use for different types of body work, but it really gets you to the cellular memory that all of our bodies have basically inside, things we're not aware about or not conscious about, including our own birth traumas. Maybe there was sexual abuse, maybe there was rape in the history, maybe it wasn't even physical abuse, but some kind of through language, through the parents or partners, or a lot of things that will not be mentioned around having children, actually, but still really immensely disturb the process. And also to really have a look at the partner. What kind of partner have I chosen? And is it the one I should have children with? Or what are the reasons why I choose this person to have children with? These are all very important things. And I give little homeworks, not too much at a time, because I want them to relax. I give them meditations. And there's also included a little bit of theta healing to learn them and to teach them. It's similar to hypnobirthing, that you teach them to get into contact with the theta frequency. It's the meditative state of your mind, and that's what we also naturally go in during birth, to be able to have access to all the good drugs that our body is able to produce. And also to learn how to be into your parasympathicus. This is basically, the sympathicus is your fight and flight modus in your body, and the parasympathicus is the one you go into deep relaxation. You digest, you conduct. And a lot of us forget this part of our body. We're constantly running and be functional and stop learning how to relax. So these are things: relaxation trainings, breathings, meditations, physical body work, yoga if possible, or other things that you like. Floating is awesome, floating sessions with women. And then, of course, the Deamoring work is really going into the deep mud, really working on the body and go step by step through and layer by layer through things that hold you, that are you holding back, and also which stop your sexual energy from flowing, which is the energy we're made of. And then it goes up to the de-armoring, which I'm doing for 17 years by now. And that also includes the insides of our genitals, where a lot of women don't know how much they actually store there.
You give also the massage of yoni. Yoni is a word for the female genital area. And so you say to me you give the massage of cervix. Can you explain more? How do you do it?
To use the word de-armoring, because a lot of women really really have an armor there. They have really lost the contact to the inside of their genitals because they never experienced it or never had somebody to experience with, or only do it the way they have been taught from others. How you do that, you really explore the vagina. There's I know at least about 400 points inside the vagina. Only
400 points. Amazing.
400 points. So it takes a while to get to know them, and I don't know if I'm at the end yet, but 17 years brought me about 400 points. Similar to the Tibetan teachings, they also talk about 400 points and different rings. It's interesting also, of course, of different types of orgasm you can have in that awesome area. About scientists are still not sure if it's 15 or 17, but that's just a side information. But you really go inside the vagina and you really go through every single point. They're also connected like acupressure points and acupuncture points, and there's different types of things you can feel. There can be scar tissue, there can be little knots, there can be sedimentations, I think is the right word for it. It's like toxins which somehow are stuck there and needs to be released. It's a lot of work, and depending on how old you are, how many sexual partners you had, and other experience you went through in your life, it's quite some stuff to go through. And I do it with my fingers, and it's really about finding these spots, and then also guiding the women, because if something hurts, women contract. Everybody contracts, something hurts. So it's really a teaching to stay with this feeling and use certain breathing techniques and really learn how to go into expansion, because this is a big keyword for a lot of women. It's expansion. These days most of us orgasm through contraction, but that's not the way we actually do it as a female goddess. It's about expansion.
What does expansion mean? What does it mean?
Expansion, really contraction, you would contract. And in expansion, you really go into an opening, almost sometimes into a pushing outwards. And this is also a totally different experience in a sacred union with a beloved one when you learn how to go into expansion. This is also something that helps to get pregnant, because you're really opening up what comes. And it's not about contracting. And then it's basically somehow cleaning your door. The goddess door is the cervix. And if your door is not clean, you won't open. not for getting pregnant or not for any other kind of pleasure.